So my fellow Scorpios, I had a plan. I had a plan that I was going to go in hermit mode and kind of sit back because I had done a lot of things. I had done back-to-back summits, these virtual summits, back-to-backs, which means I had to promote them. I had to, invite people to them. I had a lot of work to do, and each month I had a summit that I was promoting. So I was like, okay, I've done all that. Let that build up some momentum. And I was kind of looking at, I know it's time of action, but it's also you can sit back and let some things develop. And that was my plan. And then the universe said, no, we have a different plan for you. All of a sudden, after I made that plan on the Friday, Saturday night, I get a DM. And this person is inviting me to speak at another summit. And this summit is probably the best summit so far that I've been invited to speak at. It's a big name, Les Brown. So I'm going to be speaking at the same summit as Les Brown. I'm like, wow, this is when, you're being pushed. Sometimes you're being pulled to do the things that you need to do, that you should do, that are going to benefit you. And you have to understand that even though you might have a plan, if the universe has a different plan, that's your prompts. That's telling you, hey, you need to go in this direction. You've been building up to this. Now's not the time to slow down. Now's not the time to step back. Even though I really wanted to, I felt like, hey, I've done enough. The universe is saying, no, you're still on this process. There's still more that you're going to do. So you have to follow this process. This is very important to make these steps. That's what I talk about on this channel. I talk about not just with Scorpios, but Scorpios because we have intuition. We can see it a little more, and that's sometimes why we end up in leadership roles, because we just have that understanding. We can kind of see the big picture. We can kind of see a few steps ahead. But it's also with that intuition, sometimes you feel like, oh, maybe you should be slowing down because you're a little bit tired, but the universe will give you prompts and say, no, this is what you got to do. This is your next move. You can slow down a little bit later, but right now you need to do this because these things that you did, they were stepping stones to get to this thing. You thought, for me, I thought I was just doing those summits and now I could take a break and let those summits work for me. Because when you're doing these summits, what happens is people are promoting you. And so you're getting extra marketing where you don't have to do the marketing. And I have a very busy schedule coming up for the next few months where I'm not going to be doing as much marketing, and I'm going to be busy doing other things. But this is a way of still being promoted, and you have bigger name people promoting you. So it's very important for marketing, it's for reach, and it's also to be able to connect with audiences that maybe you wouldn't have connected with just by doing your own thing and by being in hermit mode. So understanding that when you get these prompts, you got to take action on them. They're important. They're for you. And they're messages for you to say, you got to do this because who knows what this next thing is going to lead to. This next thing might still be another stepping stone into that manifestation of my big goal and dream of the manifestations of what I'm working on. And one of my big goals and dreams for this year is to speak live on stage in England and to speak live on stage in Australia. So those are two things that I'm working on being able to manifest before the end of this calendar year, 2025. And it's all through using astrology, using prompts, using my intuition, and understanding when to take action, when to slow down, and what I'm supposed to be doing. So even though I had the plan of going into hermit mode, which I really like being in hermit mode, to tell you the truth. I don't want to be in front of people all the time. That's why I like YouTube videos, because I can do these videos, help people, but I don't have to do a lot. It's not a lot of effort, but understanding that sometimes the universe is like, no, this is what you asked for. This is the end goal that you asked for. This is the journey you got to take. This is the process that you got to go through. You don't always get to choose when you go into hermit mode. Sometimes you have to wait and you have to just follow the process, follow the prompts, so you can manifest your goals and dreams. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Just understanding that even though you have a plan, you're not always in control of all the pieces and parts of the plan. And sometimes you have to just go with the flow, go with the rhythm of life, go with the prompts, trust your intuition, trust what you're doing, trust the process. And you're going to see that bigger things are going to keep manifesting for you. As long as you're grateful for the things that you've already been doing and you're focused on the things that are coming up next. So that's what I wanted to share with you on this one. Check out other videos. I'm doing more Scorpio videos all the time, so check them out. And check out my programs, check out my books, check out all the links, and watch some of the other videos that I'm doing. That's it for this one. That's all I got to say. So until next time, you heard?